And first at 4, combating hate. With bias incidents on the rise in Oregon, we're finding out what's being done to fight back. Welcome to KOIN 6 News at 4 o'clock. I'm Jenny Hansen.
And I'm Elizabeth Din. Just yesterday, we told you about a pair of men in Tigard pleading guilty to assaulting their black neighbor a year ago. Now let's get to Joelle Jones, who's going beyond the headlines, also speaking with the Washington County District Attorney's Office about what's being done to deal with crimes like this. Joelle?
Well, District Attorney Kevin Barton says this team is the first of its kind here in the state, and one that's certainly captured the eye of the federal government, which has now awarded them $600,000 just within the last 2 years. With that money, Barton says his office will continue to protect victims and hold perpetrators accountable. This shocking video obtained by KOIN 6 News shows family members Raymond Hanners and Damian Shirk attack their neighbor outside a Tigard apartment complex in October of last year. The Washington County Sheriff's Office says Hanners used racial slurs while provoking his African-American neighbor to approach him before he and Shirk assaulted the man, who was left with multiple injuries. Last week, both Hanners and Shirk pleaded guilty to assault, with Hanners also pleading guilty to a bias crime. Today, we sat down with Washington County District Attorney Kevin Barton to learn more about the agency's bias crime multidisciplinary team working to combat this. As the first of its kind in Oregon, this week the DA's office accepted $300,000 in funding from the federal government, in addition to the previous $300,000 grant received in 2021 to continue the team's targeted work to reduce incidents of hate and bias.
When bias crimes happen, big or small, it's important that we respond to those crimes to ensure that the perpetrator is held accountable and responsible for that, but also that the victim of that crime and victims of future crimes know that when something happens, there will be a response and justice will follow.
This comes as FBI data shows the number of bias incidents and victims reported in Oregon have only grown over the last 4 years. Since developing the team and increasing community outreach, Barton says his office has seen a major spike in incidents being reported, cases being referred and prosecuted, telling us they now file charges in 9 out of every 10 cases received. And as state and federal data shows, bias crimes are widely underreported. Barton says with this additional money, they hope to hire an outreach coordinator to enhance public engagement, education, and to also help those victims report these crimes. Now, if you or someone you know believes they've been a victim of a bias crime, we have linked out resources for you at KOIN.com. Reporting live in Washington County, I'm Joelle Jones, KOIN 6 News.
Joelle, thank you.
New at 4, police say the